High on the volcanic plateau of New Zealand's North Island lies a place of complete beauty, the Tongariro National Park. I'm in here hunting the elusive Sika deer, or also known as ghost deer. I had a pretty solid plan on how I was going to hunt this place. Get up high, nice and early, and burn my eyeballs out behind my binoculars. But these rugged hills had their own plans as well, was to throw as much wind, hail, snow and rain as it possibly could at me. So come along and enjoy this hunt with me in the beautiful Tongariro National Park. It's windy. It's very, very windy. I've just tucked in behind this bush here. Windy. So what I'm doing is, I've never been into this area, guys, but what I'm doing is I've got this patch of bush, probably 500 or 600 yards out from this patch of bush, and I'm just walking through some of the lower sections of this valley up and behind me. So just up and behind me is where I want to be hunting. There's a patch of bush you guys can't really see. I did find an old deer print, really old, down on the riverbed there, but I'm looking for something a little bit fresher, maybe out in the open. As soon as I find fresh sign, I'm going to find a place for camp tonight and bunker down and get set up, and maybe something will walk out of that bush. You can see there's a hill up and behind me over there. That's going to be really windy, but on the other side of that there's another good bit of bush, and I can sort of sit probably 10 metres off the top of the ridge on the other side, and there shouldn't be too much wind. So that's my second plan. So you might be able to see them behind me, guys. There's a couple of trees standing on their own out there. That's probably where I'll try and set up camp, make that my base for this hunt. So I'll spend an evening and a morning here, and if there's nothing here, I definitely found some sign further down a little bit, but it's a little bit closer to the car park, so I want to hunt this first and then walk down there if I don't find anything. So, but yeah, welcome, come along. Let's go see if we can find some Sika. Thinking what's going on is there seems to be a fair bit of sign sort of in the bush, just on the bush edge. There's a river I was walking up, has some pretty good feed up at the head basin of it, and I'm sort of not quite above it, but I'm not too far off it, and I think that's where the deer will be if they're going to come out anywhere tonight, will be in that feed basin. So I'm going to peel out of here. I know that there's deer in here now. It's just a matter of where they feed. So yeah, it could be a Sika, I'm not sure. That if it was red deer in here, there'd just be big game trails like all over that area. Gosh, they would just be walking out all over that area if they were red. So right, we're going to drop down to get out of this freezing wind, but there's definitely a bit of deer sign in here, so that's good. Okay, this wind is doing very bad things to my hunting area. I'm starting to bump into quite a bit more sign as well along this bush edge here. Yeah, just you can see right through here. There's young animals that come down and played, really little prints. So I don't like this wind at all, because it's now sort of coming back around into the head basin there. So I'm actually just going to peel right out of here and probably go, it's going to be windy, but this ridge up and behind me, I'm going to go and camp out the afternoon on that ridge up there. Try and find a little sheltered area for a campsite, but I'd rather sleep. Yeah, I'd rather be a bit uncomfy and not ruin my area for deer. So yeah, let's get up there, go across, get out of this area before we ruin it. Yeah, some deer sign right out in the open here. And I'm just heading down towards these trees. There's trees in behind me. I'm going to set up a campsite there. I can see a big thing of snow coming through, so yeah, that surprises me a bit. It does surprise me a bit. I wonder if they use this area to go over the top there. I don't know, because there's another river between me and the bush here, but something's definitely walked. It hasn't run, it's just walked. It's just 2 deer. It's just a hind and a fawn. So it'd be funny if I bumped some in my camping area. I'd crack up at that, but anyway, I'd say the deer will do anything they can to get out of the wind, so they could very well be feeding on that other side. But I'll go down there, I'm going to make some lunch, and then set the tent up, batten the hatches down, and go out for the glass, get on the glass this evening. I'm going to push right up into here, and try and get in eyes on as much country as I can. So I'll see you down at camp. Sweet, found a cool sheltered little camp area. The wind is just ripping over that ridge, just poof, straight down, and then there's a little river, probably 100-metre walk down into there. So it's a good little spot, man. It's actually quite central, this little thing, because I want to go up that ridge over there, and then I've sort of got 2 ridges that are only about 200-metre walk, and I'll be glassing. I could probably, from that one up there actually, I could probably glass both areas. So it's pretty good spot, man. So I just had some lunch and a coffee, and now I'm just going to set up my camp, and get all my gear set up, because if I come back late, the last thing I want to do is just be setting up my campsite in the dark. I just hate it. Right, let's go. Cool. So for any of you that are interested getting up into these alpine areas, the tent that I really like this tent. So with all the guy lines and the stuff sack, this tent here weighs 680 grams, and I brought some extra pegs with me this time, just because I thought it was tomorrow there's some pretty foul weather coming in, so I'll probably be in here. But I thought I'd go through and show you how I actually set this guy up, and all you need is some pegs and just a trekking pole, or you can use at Remlite we sell carbon fibre poles as well. So I believe the pole for this tent, the size of the pole that you need is 140 grams, and it's a good stiff carbon fibre poles. If you're not a trekking pole hunter, there are carbon fibre pole options as well. So if you're really counting the grams, there you go. So firstly, I do want my door away from the wind direction, simply so that when I cook or whatever I do, if it gets real feral, then I know I'm not going to open the door and just but I am going to kind of angle it, because I think the wind's going to come from there. So with a teepee tent though, it doesn't matter which way you put it, like, it doesn't make a difference. So pretty cool. Right, so the way I set this puppy up, so I grab my pegs, and I'm just going to peg out, because it's windy, I'm going to peg this puppy out quite low to the ground. I like it cinched down if it's windy. You don't need to get it taut or tight when you're pegging out the base. You can do that later. It's got heaps of adjustment on the line locks there. So all I do is you just peg it out loosely, which is quite different. And then once your pole goes in, you tighten it properly. So that's that corner. I'm going to come around to this corner here. Right, so that's my 4 corners. So now what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to go and insert the pole now. Now this has got a clip down the bottom, call it a relief clip, so it actually relieves pressure off the zip. So I'm going to click that in. It's got a two-way zip, so you can zip it from the top or the bottom. So I'm going to leave that there. Just want to start zipping down from the top like that. That's going to expose where the trekking pole goes. Now the trekking pole, obviously sharp end to the ground. So you put the trekking pole into that sleeve, the handle that you hold, and that, come on baby, goes in there like that. And then actually what I like to do is loosen that baby off so I can get it in there. Then there's a little, the trekking pole runs on the inside of the tent, and then there's a little sleeve slot that it goes through. Once you've got it through there, just lengthen that pole up. Get mine to 135 centimetres. So give that a good stab into the ground. And this is your top rope here. Cinch it down. Oh, we've forgotten this one. I give it one a bit of slack. I just zip that door shut. And then I taunt it down. And I really tie the thing down. Like, I give it a fair bit. Anti-tension clip. So I'll actually always open the zip with that thing on. And then go like this, and it sort of pings off. But it just means you don't get tension on your zip. Which I don't really like that much. Alright. Right. On the move for the afternoon. Just leaving our tree posse behind. Going up the hill. I'm just going to head up here. Try and perch under a rock or something for the afternoon, evening. There's a couple of rocks there. I might try to hide behind them. I don't know. Get up there and assess what it's like. It's pretty cold, man. It's pretty gross. So get up there, make a plan, see if we can find a deer. Yeah, this is not very good. I've been caught in a bit of a blizzard for the last probably half an hour, and I just don't know if it's going to let up. I was trying to glass away, but check it out. She's not very good. I was trying to glass all of that down there, but it's just, snow just keeps hammering me, man. It just keeps hammering me. So I'm just trying to hide it out for now, but I've been waiting it out for about an hour now, and it's just not clearing, so I'm all cinched down. But yeah, it's all good, but just not very good hunting, that's all. So I don't know, I'll give it a certain time, and then I'll just probably pull pin and go back to the tent. So yeah, I'll probably wait till an hour before dark. Man, this rain just comes in and then goes, and comes in and then goes. The temperature has just plummeted as well. It's cold. But I'm glassing all of this beautiful country. I'm just not going to give up. I was actually on my way back to the tent, and I decided, nah, not yet. Check it out. Got a little fine, little clear spell at the moment. And this is what I'm glassing. Some real good country in here, just really hoping something pops out. So I think it's about 4 o'clock now, so yeah, I'll keep looking. Back at camp, guys. Pretty much out of there's a bit of light left. It's probably about half an hour of light left, and it's just started hailing again, so I thought I'd come back to camp. I didn't pick up any deer tonight, so yeah. So I'm wondering if I'm a bit too high. I'm sort of up at 12, climbed up to 1,380 metres I think today. So I'm camped up at about 1,200 metres, so I wonder if I'm a bit too high. So, don't know, but right now I'm going to get in the tent, cook some dinner, and get out of here. Okay, just pushing my way up this hill, but yeah, nothing's changed. I did this all last night, all this morning. It's about 2:30 now, and I was just like sick of lying around doing nothing. I'm just pushing up to a vantage point here. Yeah, she's pretty foul again. Just maybe there's a break in the weather, and I just want to see if I can glass it out there tomorrow. So, and then I'm going to jump in the bush for the rest of the day. See if I can pick one up in the bush with the... Yeah. I'm heading just up here. Just heading up there. Making my way up the top there. There's a bit of deer sign on this bush edge, which is good. I haven't seen a single deer yet, so right, I'm going to get up there and get out of this rubbish. I'm cooking up, man. I'm just cooking hot, which is good. It's been a pretty uneventful day, guys. A lot of it was sitting around till about 1 o'clock. But it looks like, it feels like the weather has changed. It feels like we've gone from a westerly to a bit of a southwesterly. Maybe. So what I'm doing is I'm just I've pushed into a different area now. I've pushed into this new area here. There's a big patch of trees up ahead of me, which is probably about as good a vantage point I'm going to get. But there was a lot of deer sign in that bush, guys. There's a lot of deer in here, man. But they are ghosts. I didn't hear anything or see anything. So what I'm going to do is there's a patch of trees down there. I'll show you now. One right in the middle of the screen there. We're just going to wait up on there and glass right out to last light. Yeah, and then I'm going to shout myself a night in the hut tonight, because everything's getting pretty drenched, and yeah, just try a bit of kit out and stuff, so treat myself to a hut. Yeah, alright, let's get into that area. I'm trying to stay out of the open. It's quite hard, considering it's all just open country, but I'm just using these bushes here and stuff. And the wind, when the wind comes I walk, because then everything's moving. And I'm just using this stuff to try and, yeah, stay as covered as I kind of can. Alright, I'm in my tree area. There's a lot of sign in here. Most of it's about 6 months old, I'd say, from the summertime. I think the deer moved down to get out of the heat, maybe, to the water, towards the water. So there's a little bit of fresh sign here, like a few weeks old, but there's not a lot. There was a lot in the bush. Now, the problem I have here is I can't see anything. Like, it's just too flat. I'll show you. If you look out, you can't really see to the bush edge, I'm probably 100 yards away. We've got a little edge, the bush edge runs right down through there, along there. So I honestly think I'm going to keep my binocular harness on and just probably climb a tree, try and get 3 meters higher, and that might give me that advantage. Otherwise I just don't see how I'm going to be able to hunt it nicely without walking through it, which won't work. Up we go. This is so slippery. Oh. This is mad. Man, it's quite big. It's a weird anyway, so shit, this. Right. Basically out of shootable light. So I've chucked the gun on the pack and it's time to head back to the hut. I checked all along those faces through there, and yeah, there's plenty of old sign, but nothing. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. Right, back to the hut for dinner. Man, this is like the most luxury I think I've ever had. So good. I just got a InReach weather update, guys. Right now there's a sort of a southerly change. The wind actually starts to really drop right to just still, right down. It just drops right down to about 5 a.m. And then tomorrow I'm going to go to that first bunch of trees that I was the first time, that first night, because I know the rain would have just got rid of my scent big time. I just feel like there's got to be a deer there, eh? Like, tomorrow we're going to hit that real early. I'm going to have to leave here pretty early. We want to be up there before first light, and at 5 a.m. it's 0 degrees and a wind speed of 5 kilometers, guys. So it's our last hunt tomorrow. So hopefully we can pull it off tomorrow. Well, good morning, guys. It's a pretty hard frost this morning, which is exactly what I was hoping for. So we're going to go down into the river and then bust away up the hill, get up there hopefully well before sunrise, and just wait it out. And hopefully we pick something up within a kilometre and we can close the gap on it. So see the ground, it's pretty completely frozen. Let's go. Alright, so that side's all clouded out. So what I've actually done is I've come over the other side of the ridge now, and yeah, I'm glassing like probably a couple of k's back, so I'm just going to set up my spotter, because binoculars is just quite a bit too far for binoculars, so yeah, bums, the height's not quite right. I'll set this puppy up. If I was a deer, man, that is where I would be. I'd be not sitting where I'm sitting in the shade. I'd be looking for some sun. But they seem to be pretty tough. Like, it's like they just don't care. But to be fair, this has been my first morning of like acceptable weather. Alright, turn that down to 12. Oh man, that is so good. Right, I'm going to glass away on these faces. So I'm going to glass away up here. All these faces up in here. All getting that first morning sun. There's no snow there as well. The rain got rid of a lot of that snow. My first campsite was down in these trees here, so have a look, see if we can find anything. Glassed a lot of country, but did not pick up anything, so there's a few tracks on the screes, quite up high. So what I'm actually going to do is I'll chuck some K's under the boots. You can see behind me there's this ridge here. I'm going to go right up. It's a bit hard for me to see actually. Oh yeah. So behind me I've got this ridge here. I'm just going to go right up to the top of this ridge so I can really look back into that forest. I'm just convinced that there's animals that'll be sunning themselves today. So that's what we're going to do. See if we can make it happen. So let's get the skates on. I'm completely, I'm warm, but everything's just frozen, man. I've been sitting out of the sun, so she's a cold one, man. Whew. Just everywhere you look, it's just ice. So, right, let's get a move on. Bit of water. She's pretty frozen. Oh, that's so cold. It's really nice. Yeah. Chewing on glass. It brings this trip to an end. This is a tough place and hard hunting in the heart of the Tongariro National Park. No Sika on the deck this time, and those ghost deer get to see and live another day in this rocky, mountainous country. It's pretty hard to be disappointed when you're out here. The silence, the snow-capped peaks, it's just a privilege to walk the ridgelines, and every hunt teaches you something new. I think if I came back to do it again, I'd take my bush barrel and just zigzag through the bush, making the most of the wind and hoping to pick up one of these elusive, beautiful Sika deer that we have in the backcountry wilderness in the North Island. Until next time, I'll see you guys on the next adventure.